In terms of strategic sourcing, there's a very, very simple question that you can ask yourself. Do I want one supplier or multiple suppliers? Single versus multiple. It's an easy question to ask, very, very difficult to answer in a lot of cases. There's certainly advantages of multiple sources of supply. Competition between your supply base, continuity of product flow into your firm, and flexibility in how you manage the sources of supply. There are some downsides. So you have missed quantity discounts, you have a slower supplier learning curve in that they don't learn as fast to make your product better, and you've got more suppliers to oversee and manage. There's transaction costs involved, and that's not free. Now, the advantages and disadvantages of the single sourcing is in essence the mirror of the multiple sourcing. So the upside of single sourcing might be able to take advantage of quantity discounts because you're giving more volume to the suppliers. Potentially you can have a closer working relationship with the supplier, and the supplier can climb the learning curve faster and therefore hopefully provide you with a better product for the future. The downsides of single sourcing is you've got a single point of failure. If that supplier goes, so does your product flow. You have less competition. You could end up with opportunistic behavior from the supplier, and you in essence have a little bit of a power shift to the supplier because they have a monopoly on that particular product or service. Again, the simple question, single versus multiple sourcing, sometimes the question's answered for you. You may not even have a choice. It could be that the supplier holds a unique resource, a unique capability. In some cases, it's too expensive to have more than one supplier. Say, for example, if you're in the aerospace industry, it may take you a year to qualify a supplier, and it may cost us, say, $1 million per supplier. You can't have multiple sources of supply for everything that you provide. It's too expensive. So in terms of single versus multiple sourcing, you have to weigh the pros and cons of each dimension, but often the contextual factors will shift the balance towards one or the other.